Nah.
Tenkei. Two weebs in a podcast.
Let's win this!
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to Two Weebs in a Pod, your anime recap review show. I'm one of your hosts. I go by Kevlar.
And it's your boy Sir Roland. We are back with another one.
Back with another one. What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Kevlar, how's it going, man?
It's going good. Getting chilly, but we cooking.
Yeah.
Speaking of cooking, so holiday season coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask a question to you.
Okay.
Out of the anime cooks or chefs that be in anime, whose house you going to for Thanksgiving? Any anime chef you know of?
Damn, I forgot his name. Oh man. What's the dude from the cooking show? Shoma? Is it Shoma?
Oh, Soma for Food Wars.
Food Wars. I think I might let Shoma throw down in the kitchen for me for Thanksgiving for sure.
So here's the thing. I know it's gonna be good, but he's gonna be doing some weird stuff that's gonna throw me off. I don't know. So but he may be the most knowledgeable about ethnic cuisine, so
you right,
I'm
you
not
right,
mad. I'm not
because
mad.
he be having that purple goop, experimental stuff.
It might be fire though, but for me personally, oh, was that your only choice? You just going with Soma?
Yeah. What you had?
So for me personally, I want the traditional stuff. So I'm either going with maybe Sanji from One Piece, of course. But
I figured you say that.
did you remember Brock was actually cooking in Pokemon? Brock was the cook. He was cooking.
Okay, yeah, I do vaguely remember that.
And he was black, so I'm pretty sure he gonna know how to make some macaroni and cheese and
Going down.
the greens and all that stuff. So
I'm
I
trying
might
to
rock with Brock.
I'm trying to think who else be cooking. Who be cooking in
Yo, we watch you was talking about Delicious in Dungeon. You going to any of that?
But you see what's strange about Delicious in Dungeon is they be chefing up monster parts. So I'm not too sure if they good on the regular animal parts cuisine, but they be throwing down in there. I could rock with them for sure. They be throwing it down. Delicious in Dungeon. I'm trying to think, man, who else is good in the cooking department of anime?
Did they have anybody cooking in Bleach? Let me Google it real quick. See, cooks in anime. Who was cooking?
In Dragon Ball Z, was it Chi-Chi making all those meals for Goku and them?
Goku was eating. He got it. It got to be Chi-Chi.
I know he was eating mad crazy spreads. I'm trying to remember who was cooking.
Who's Minchi, Hunter x Hunter? I'm going down the list of cooks in anime.
Hunter Minchi?
I said somebody named Minchi.
It don't ring a bell to me, man. I gotta see. Minchi.
Wasn't that good? Who they got? Kiryu Hikifune, Bleach. Hikifune, Kiryu. You probably gotta see pictures.
Yeah, I'm a picture guy for sure. Nah, they don't stand out to me. Sanji.
This girl came. Bleach, blue-haired girl.
Oh, no, the light is killing it. I can't really see it for real.
Watch Blue Exorcist,
I've watched it. I don't.
Rin Okumura. That's the main dude, right?
Ren sounds familiar. It's always a Ren somewhere. Mm,
Yeah, we gotta look into that more. These cooks in
Cooks in
anime.
anime.
Oh,
They
Bleach Curio. It looks like these two girls with purple hair in the Soul
Bleach.
Society, a member
Hmm.
of the Zero Squad. It's a female.
Mm. What about not Hanji from Attack on Titans? What's the girl that loved her some meat?
Oh yeah, R.I.P. Was she cooking though? I guess she was cooking.
I guess she was like the closest person to. No, I think she just enjoyed a good meal with meat in it.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's
Pause
got
on
to
that,
be
but
another topic.
yeah.
The best quote unquote eaters in anime.
Yeah. All
But
right. Well, that was cool. Thought provoking. Um, I guess
yeah,
on
y'all know.
to the main topic of today's podcast. We're here to talk about One Punch Man. I know a bunch of people have already done that, but I've actually gotten to take a look at it, and I've only gotten to 2 episodes so far, but so far, solid. I've even rewatched the finale of season 2 just to kind of get a restart, a refresh on what's happening, what's going on. And so far, so good. It's looking all right. There's nothing really
Oh,
going wrong in animation as far as the first 2 episodes. So to be fair though, there isn't much going on. It's a lot of setup. They sitting around eating food. They doing regular stuff. Um, it's post climax right now. They destroy the enemy monster and they trying to set up the story going forward. So first 2 episodes right now seem pretty chill. I've seen some screenshots and snippets and freeze frames of, oh my god, this should have been better, that should have been better, and maybe this leads to another topic, but um, I guess I'll hand it over to you to say what you think about it so far.
so I only seen maybe like half the first season. I was watching a little bit. You
Hmm.
might have to catch me up. Maybe this would be like a spoiler alert.
Okay.
But the first season was definitely solid. I have no idea what's going on in the second season. I know boy Saitama, he is a hero by fun.
Hmm.
It's kind of like a parody anime. He's just OP, literally just one punch in the title. And fast forward to season 3, some dude with the red hair got beat up with some dude with the white hair,
Yeah.
one old thing or something like that. And flash forward to the discourse online, I've heard descriptions of it being like a slideshow of PNGs or JPEGs.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
did notice that, like, even when they are just sitting around talking, or it's like it was a crowd scene, and it'd be like the crowd is frozen frame, and then one person just starts moving and talking. It's like, oh, so I've been hearing that, and then of course the viral clip that's been going around with the dude with the red hair just like
Just
floating
sliding.
down
Yeah,
frame
sliding
by
down.
frame. And compared to the action I saw in the first season, I can see why fans are upset about it.
Hmm.
Well, I wasn't that, invested in it, but maybe if I was invested in it that much, I'd probably be upset too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I think so far. I can see why, but I don't really know what's going on so far.
Yeah.
So
I
that's my
yeah. I
first take.
guess I guess I'll take it here, right? So I haven't gotten to it, but from the things I've seen online, it looks pretty bad. Like you mentioned, the PNG slide. I've seen people replicate the same scene, sliding a PNG just across like whatever photo editor they got, and it looks exactly the same. I'm like, damn, this is bad. And
Yeah.
obviously, everybody want to get their talent out there and showcase their own talent. So there's people reanimating their own scenes and making their own scenes. And some of them are AI assisted, some of them aren't, but like the scenes clearly look better. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people in the comments like, "Yo, if this random person could animate it better, why can't y'all do that?" Like what's going on?
Right.
Why, so maybe it's, something bigger happening that we probably should discuss, like just to highlight, like just the last episode, we were talking about My Hero, right? And previous season, we were talking about Gachiakura. These are like extremely good, high quality. I'm assuming coming from the same region, Japan or wherever, Korea, wherever they get their animation studios. Why is it that this company, which is Viz Media, um, just drops the ball? And this, I would say, um, popular animes, popular shows don't usually get animated this poorly, right? Like we usually have a baseline level to say, all right, if you're a very popular anime show, you're gonna get a baseline animation that is considered good for the most part, and then obviously season finale or towards the end of or certain parts in the anime, you want to up the quality, maybe movie quality for parts, or you do certain things like that. But it's never been to a point where anime fans could be like, oh my god, I could do this myself, or I could I could see what y'all did and it's real basic looking. I don't know, it just looked bad, you know what I'm saying? Like uh, um but I think it's interesting because as a person that I would like to make anime for myself somewhere in the future, and if it's showing the light on how regular people can make anime at a decent quality. Obviously they not getting paid a salary or whatever the case may be. They doing it on their own fun and will, just to say, hey, I did it and it looks better than what they just did. But it kind of showcases to me that there's talent out there, or maybe there's tools out there, AI related, that can kind of get people to make anime at a decent quality. So I think that's pretty cool to say. Maybe this studio should have used some of it. Like I don't know if are we there yet with AI that we want to accept that for anime. I think that's probably something to discuss. What you think, man?
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Like I don't. I'd be far pressed to like critique animation stuff because I don't know how to do it. But like if people are coming out with clips,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I guess the studio should use like Fiverr to do that. From what I heard on the streets, I don't know how true it
Mm-hmm.
is they're trying to cut costs and they outsource some of this animation to a different production company or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That did like they might have like specialized in hentai or something like that and just cutting costs, cutting corners, and then wound up with the final product being like that. So I don't know.
Mm.
But it doesn't seem too far fetched. I don't know. It's just crazy. Like you think with all the access to technology, AI and stuff like that, it'd be a lot easier to crank out animations.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
in Japan. So I have no
Yeah.
idea what's
Speaking
going on.
speaking to that, I mean, I think we all know, like most Japanese anime studios, they be kind of slaving them folks over there. They be kidnapping their kids and telling them they ain't getting released
Damn,
until the work done, kind of thing.
damn.
So um, I don't know, man. What the normal work life is, and then they cut the staffing or the amount of money to try and still make it done. What that kind of work life situation could be over there, but um, you brought up Something that made me think of, there was a scene that people were saying there's a male character, the character's male, and in like I guess a freeze frame, they put like boobs on the character, and like I don't think it was a freeze frame, but I haven't gotten to it at that point. But they just said they just added boobs to this character, like it was a female character. And people were like, "Yo, what is this? This is AI. This looks like an AI mistake. Like, no person who's gonna be animating frame by frame is gonna say, "All right, I gotta keep drawing in the boobs every frame on a male character." You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like an AI mistake.
We got to pull up these two scenes. I don't know if we can react to it right now. Maybe we'll put it in
Um,
post. I
yeah,
gotta
put
I
it in
gotta see
post.
these scenes because that's crazy. Because like, how they find that did they pause it? Are they pausing every frame, or was it that obvious? The still frame was on there so long that it's like, wait a
Mm-hmm.
minute.
Yeah, it's bad, man. I think I could find like a Instagram post to share you because me and my friends have been kind of talking about it, but it's like I think even one of
Someone,
the animators had to like go on Twitter and talk about it. Like, yeah, it's my mistake. I just wrongly drew on it. It wasn't AI related. Cause it's just like,
well,
yo, what's going on here?
we need like a documentary of like how animations are made in Japan because there's something not clicking. It's like how it's like you just sitting over the desk drawing it and you get tired. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it can't be like that easy.
From what I understand, it's kind of like rigorous. It's like almost like engineering where it's one person doing the work and then there's another person adding like certain layers on top of it and then there's another person
Mm.
checking both
So
of them
yeah,
work and then it's another person, or at least that's how it should go. If they cut costs
yeah.
and maybe they skipped a person in between, the checker in between, then this is the result of that. But
They working on the hente at the same time,
and forgot which
and one
project they
person,
was
like
working
you
on.
said, yeah, the late shift got on. I was like, oh man, my bad.
Yeah,
That's
if
crazy.
if the work if the work over there is like that, I can that could happen. But
Trying to see how that,
man,
yeah.
people are just like, yo, this AI, and it's gotten to a point where I don't know the man's name, but it's the guy responsible for the animation. He was on Twitter, he was on X, replying and trying to keep up with all the backlash, and he was just like, yo, I gotta just terminate my account because y'all just way too negative. Like, y'all supposed to be fans of the One Punch Man series. Y'all just way too negative. And I get it. Like, we hold, for whatever reason, we hold all of anybody that do any type of media or content or shows and animation or cartoon people to a high regard. They can't mess up, in our eyes. But you got to realize these people are regular human beings. Like, they could mess up, they could, screw up. It's not like we actively paying for them to produce, and it was like, I paid $100. Why ain't this looking good? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of, I don't want to say free, but we do subscribe to whatever platform it's on. I believe it's on Hulu, Disney. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it,
That
but
could be one thing too. Like the money's messed up. Even the popular ones like the writer of Demon Slayer isn't getting paid like that, especially from the success of the movies and
yeah.
then people pirate and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's interesting. How come One Punch Man, you said it's not on Crunchyroll,
Mm-hmm.
one of the major platforms, so that might lead to even more piracy. 'Cause people's like, I ain't subscribing to all these apps, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I
I don't know.
wonder if I doubt it. I doubt it, but I wonder if Crunchyroll has like a quality check. Like, yo, if it ain't up to this quality, you can't put it on our platform. Kind of like maybe Amazon or like the App Store on iPhone or something like that. If it doesn't meet these requirements, you can't put it on our stuff. But it could just be Hulu and Disney just want some anime on their stuff, and they just pay the higher price to get them on theirs. But I mean, it's interesting. What a time we live in where we can have the highest peak anime and My Hero, and potentially the newcomer Gachi Yakuda, and then we got the lowest of lows when One Punch Man all in the same season. And we get to be able to see it both. I haven't seen anime like bad like this from what I've seen online, at least in since maybe Seven Deadly Sins. There's some scenes in Seven Deadly Sins that look a little wacky, but I give. So there's two things. All right, there's two things for me. There's if it plays fine, like if you're just watching a show normally, and if you can't see it, I'm fine with it. But I hate when people are like nitpicking the frozen frames and like they're
Yeah.
being a little lazy with the drawing because it's only gonna be there for like a fraction of a second, and people are like, "Ew, what's this look like? Why it look like this?" Like
Yeah.
that's like
I'm not
nitpicking.
Yeah, I'm not really mad at the critique of the
Hmm.
the gender swap of the character in the middle of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
freeze frame. 'Cause I want to see the whole scene. Like, did it like confuse the plot or anything? Was it that noticeable and jarring that it distracted you or took away from the scene?
yeah,
Or was it some nerd that just freeze framed
yeah,
it
yeah.
or trying to go viral? It was like, oh, oh.
I would say it's for me. It's like them old kung fu movies or just them old bad action movies. If you could just watch
Mhm.
it normally and you could see the string hanging off their shirt or the harness, then you could stop. You could pause and be like, "Yo, it's right there. Yo, look at
Right,
that."
right.
But if it's not like that to me, just keep it in
Yeah.
motion and it should just be all good. But I think I I don't know if you remember, but I told you a few episodes ago that was like they tweeted like, "Yo, be mindful. This season is gonna have less quality than the first two seasons."
Oh,
And
wow, they tweeted that?
I think it was tweeted. I seen it somewhere before this whole shit happened. I seen it somewhere. It was like, "Be mindful. The quality's not gonna be as good." I don't
Hey,
know if
yo, you already know how y'all going to get.
Yeah, I
Just
don't
chill.
know. I don't know if it was like an insider or somebody like dropped the beans or something like that, but I think it made it worse because people was like, "How bad?" Like, let me watch. Let me look at every freeze frame now. Let me see what y'all doing. Like they put extra eyeballs on the situation where they could have just kind of let it rock and just said,
Man, because if the production no, just hold off on it.
"Yeah,"
People
but
are already waiting years. Just wait.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I don't know. I gotta. I hope I could find out exactly what happened there because this is interesting. That's all I can really say. And some people are holding out to be like, yo, maybe they just reserving the budget and they're waiting for the finale and they're gonna go big and it's gonna be real production and high quality movie quality stuff. And that's some people hoping that's just the case. They just saving money so that they can go all out towards the
Man,
end of the season.
some people are big tight. Let me read you. So I follow a Facebook group. Shout out to Village of the Black Nerds.
Mm-hmm.
This is a post that just came up. Okay, I'll share you the post later, but it says understand. It was just a long ass rant.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that if you literally cannot see a difference in quality or animation, that you are in a league with the problem. If you just don't care, but you use that flippant attitude towards people's expressed frustrations, then you're a bootlicker. I expect you to be the targeted audience for infomercials. You receive the first COVID shot and you buy into Fox News. It's not some kind of subjective point that One Punch Man has dropped quality. Just like anime in general these days, the same neithers that wouldn't accept a slightly under cheeseburger are acting like PNG slide animation is acceptable just because they like the medium. You're just defiant.
Mm.
Like, really? And they feelings about it.
Damn, why they going so hard? I mean, so that's the people that think that One Punch Man animation is good or is passable. They got slandered.
They slandering them. Yeah, yeah,
Mm, oh,
yeah.
I just sent you uh that male to female and
Okay,
animation.
okay. Do you know? So, do you know this character?
I don't notice. Um, the character was introduced. Yeah, the character was male. Was it the first season or the finale? The reason I remember this character because at first glance when I seen this character, as a man, it was dressed up like a male, but it looked just like the Hunter x Hunter character. Do you remember in Hunter x Hunter where it was a crazy chick? She was always looking for Gon. I forgot the character's
Mm-hmm.
name, but she
Mm-hmm.
had the long black hair and she had wrapped up bandages all through her whole body and was wearing sort of like a dark color purple dress. If I could find a picture, I'll put it up. But that's what
Mm-hmm.
it reminded me of. But when the person spoke, it was a male voice in One Punch Man. So I was like, oh, okay, this male character, look kind of similar. So you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe the animator was like, yo, Hunter x Hunter. This is a Hunter x Hunter character, and drew
Yeah, yeah.
boobs on her.
I would have leaned into it. People bold these days. You can't be complaining or just assuming people's gender
Hmm.
identity nowadays. You're gonna get canceled.
And maybe it's like the government shutdown. Like when you're not getting paid for the work you gotta continue to do, maybe you just start bullshitting at work. Like maybe this is a bullshitting at work representation right here. They like, you know what? I'm drawing titties on the character.
A silent protest. I can see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for a few frames, cause I think in One Piece they do like special interactions on like freeze frames, right? I mean, they're like Easter egg kind of stuff, like fun and
Yeah,
cool.
I've seen that lately. Like that William Dafoe meme where he's
Hmm.
looking up like and they did
Yeah,
that on
yeah,
one of the Marines. Yeah, I've seen that.
yeah. I don't know if that's just like people doing that and it's just memes and funny, or those animators are actually like squeezing in little tidbits in the freeze frame. So,
Oh no, I think it's very tongue in cheek. They're doing it intentionally because
intentional,
that's just
yeah.
how One Piece is. It's very absurd and
Mm,
abstract, and then
mm.
silly faces out of nowhere. They always been doing that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
I
so
probably
then,
wouldn't get references, but I know some of the characters
mm-hmm,
are like based off of like famous Japanese actors and stuff like
mm,
that. Or even one character is like modeled after Jim Carrey.
Jim
So
Carrey.
they're
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
doing
They
them.
do it on intentional. Yeah. So
Mhm.
this could definitely be like, yo, I ain't getting paid at work, but they slaving me at work. Yeah, I'm gonna do something. A little silent defiance. I could see that happening, but
Mhm. Mhm.
it is what it is at this point. I'm trying to see the whole season. I ain't finished it, but I want to see how bad it is, and maybe it gets good at the end. Like maybe the
Yeah.
story is still salvageable. From what the manga people are saying, it's a really good story, and the animation is kind of killing it. And I think some people are just
Mhm.
like, yo, just go to the manga. Just don't worry about this season. Just go to the manga. So,
Cause yeah, they gotta just imagine the fight scenes in their
mm,
head.
yeah. So,
They
but
that's what's up.
yeah, man. I got a few. I guess. What do you think? Wrap up this part of the segment.
Oh sure, yeah, we can rap. It's all good.
I have some
Oh, we can go to
suggestions, anime
yeah.
suggestion. Uh, I was suggested to watch Sanda. It's
Okay.
I think it's supposed to sound like Santa. It's Sanda, and it's supposed to be anime around a descendant of Santa Claus, but in Japanese
And
anime. So I seen a trailer for it. Like this regular kid, and then he he doesn't realize he has powers like that until he put on this red uniform and he got like, anime buff Santa, and
Oh,
so it
okay.
was like, oh, okay, all right, cool. And the same studio that does Dan is doing it, so it's Science Saru Science. I can't remember the studio, but that same studio is doing this, and the animation look cool. I've seen some of the animations. It's action. It's a little quirky, I guess,
Okay.
but
He be fighting.
yeah, yeah. Um, Seems cool. Descended from Santa. Do they got Santa Claus over there in Japan, or is this just like Americanized? Is Santa worldwide? I don't know,
I
but it's
think
a
they
cool
do have
concept.
Santa. I know Chris. I was on this tangent,
Mm-hmm.
Japanese culture. I know on Christmas time, they be really rocking with KFC and the Colonel Sanders,
Yeah, yeah.
especially for Christmas time. Look that up. It's so random. I forgot why, but if he does, he got like a crispy mustache
Yeah, he
with
got the
the.
white hairs for sure.
I'm sorry, they like it's some confusion with Colonel Sanders and Christmas time in Japan. Look that up later.
Mm,
Well, I can see it. I can
mm.
see it.
I think
So
Japanese folks like the white haired characters. They got a bunch of white haired characters just in general. Virgil and all of them good characters like that. So
So you said that was just a suggestion for everybody, or you watched the episode?
I haven't watched the episode yet, but that's for us to watch. I guess maybe I'll check it out. It's the holidays. It's themed holiday, so it should be all right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna just leave y'all with some homework suggestion. Holiday season coming up, Thanksgiving. Look into some good anime chefs. Tell us whose house you go to for Thanksgiving.